Mm, okay. Hello, if anyone's joined. I'm just trying to find you all myself so I can see all of your comments. Alrighty, give it a hot little minute. It's the camera view. Oh, these things we've got to do with technology, right? Alrighty, give it a minute, see if anyone joins. I am on a slight delay, so I apologize if you've already said hello and I haven't seen it yet. Oh, look, now I can hear myself. That's not ideal. There we go. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you can make it. Awesome. We got a few people popping in. So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining, and I'm sure we're going to see a few more people pop in and out as the evening progresses. For those who don't know me, my name is Tegan Graham. I also go as Gold Moon Creates on all the social media sites and things. Don't know why I picked that name. I was a book I was reading at the time. One of the main characters' names was Gold Moon, and I thought it was kind of cool. So, yeah, that's what I did. Hello. Oh, we've got people popping up now. Hi, Kate. I'm assuming it's pronounced Kate. Hi, Naomi. Deanne. Welcome, lovely. So yeah, Tegan here. I'm going to share with you some fun things tonight in a little free live demonstration. I am one of Natalie May's brand ambassadors, along with the lovely Naomi or Toki Creations, as well as Jackie Hay and the wonderful Claire. And I'm sure you all know who that is. Hi, Desiree. Welcome. So, if you're not already involved, please make sure you jump on to not only like the main page that you're watching right now of Natalie May Scrapbooking, but we've also got a creative community group as well. So you can jump on there, and our wonderful community comes together, shares projects and inspiration, and it's just really a supportive environment. Hello, Susan. So, in that community group, a couple of days ago, I did post up asking what people wanted to see. Is there a particular tool or a product that you own but you don't know how to use, or you've always been curious about and you're thinking about you might want to buy and try? Um, Somebody asked me to use the tuck and play cards. I actually have never used them and I don't own them. It's one of the very, very few Natalie May products that I don't actually own. So I can't demonstrate them. But the wonderful Karen asked me to talk about Natalie May cuttables and how to use them in journals. So the cuttables are really great because they work really well for cards and tags and ATCs and the like. But I do use them in my journal as well. So we're going to have fun with that. Good evening, Wendy. Welcome, lovely. Wendy actually shared a beautiful page this afternoon. I thought it was gorgeous. I have to go back and comment though. I'm not very good at commenting on things. So to start us off, I've got two of my on-the-go journals here. So I thought I'd show you how I've previously used cuttables. And I'm going to, if you're not sure what a cuttable is, I'm going to take you through them in a minute, if I can find the page. So there are kind of two sort of ways. I'm sure there are more, but there are sort of two main ways you can use cuttables for a journal page. So this is one I created with the Bushwalk release, the October release, and these are the cuttables. So I wonder if I hold it up like that. I'm not sure if you can see that the cardboard's stuck in. Hello, Claire, beautiful lady. Oh, and my dad, James Boyd. That's my daddy. He's come to watch and learn about mixed media. So I've cut the individual elements out and used them as focal pieces to sort of half border my page here, but I've stuck them on using foam sticky dots like this, which Nat sells, to give them a bit of lift off the page, and then I've shadowed underneath them. So there's a bit of depth going on in the page there when you use it like that. How are you, Claire? Is it really late or really early dialing in from the UK? Bless you. So that's one way you can do it. The other way I've previously used cuttables in my journals, just put that way, is Never going to find the page you want on the first go, are we? Of course not. Here. So this is the collage paper, and these are the cuttables from the same release. I believe this release was called Pablo's Girls. So you can use them as fixed alone elements without cutting around them and fussy cutting them to enhance the page. So this one I did, I really liked the composition of the dark, the monotone black and white of the background and the beautiful, what are they, like art deco-y colours of this. It's morning, need to get up really. No, stay in bed. Nobody needs to get up too early, lovely. So, what I thought I would do tonight is crack open my very new journal. I haven't played with it yet. I've shown a lot of self-restraint. This is the new Dina Wakley Media Journal. Nat had her fabulous 40% off for 40-minute sale the other night. And one of the things I wanted was this. There was only two left in stock. Man, you girls were quick because I missed out. I absolutely missed out. So, but that's all right. I've already got one to do. So we're going to crack it open tonight and have a play with cuttables. And I think I'm going to use the new release cuttables from this month, which Naomi's going to help me. I think they're called Foliage, the whole release is called. So this is the collage paper. Collage paper is a nice thin rice paper style, tissue paper style. But I have found I've used a lot of different kinds and a lot of different brands of collage paper. And even if I wasn't a brand ambassador, I can say hand on heart, Nats are the absolute best. So the releases generally come with a variety of collage papers, and then they come with these beautiful cardstock heat A5 sheets of, and they're called cuttables. And they're really, really versatile. Hi, Sharon, welcome. Really versatile. As I said, card makers, I think, get a lot of use out of these. I get a lot of use out of them with tag making and with ATC making, and also in my journals. So let's have a pick. I'm going to make Christmas and New Year's cards out of these drink ones and personalize them to what I know my friends drink because there's something in here for everyone, right? You know, that one will be for you, Dad, with your whiskey. Oh, Susan, she's going to get more in. I have no doubt. They're going to be very popular, I think. And it's good time too, because I actually finished Dina Wakley's previous mixed media journal, the one that had the denim pages and the Hessian pages. I just finished it the same week this one arrived. See, some beer for the beer drinkers in your life. We've got coffee, something for everyone. So I'm going to make some fabulous cards out of that. Oh, making me hungry. Look at that. Look at those donuts. Yum. Oh, and the pretty flowers. I really do like the flowers. So cuttable sheets come differently. Some of them come like this with the four images within a rectangular frame. And then others come like this, which are designed to be fussy cut out. So we've got these beautiful leaves, Botanica Remix A and B, and then Verdant Noise A and B. Claire actually shared an amazing page using the leaves the other day. So check out her socials as well. Art Journal Love. It rains so much here, lots of flooding. Oh, you've got a leak in your studio. Oh no, that's disaster. That's absolute disaster. Oh, you poor love. And then the other thing that cuttables have are quotes. There are never no such thing as enough quotes for a mixed media art journalist, okay, or card maker or scrapbooker. Quotes are life, right? So there's usually always a black and white version as well. So these one, Dream Terrain A and B. Um, these ones are usually related to the release that was just made. So a lot of these sort of have the foliage, she let go, just like the leaves with grace, not fear, things like that. But Nat also has a range of like Christmas sentiments and birthday sentiments as well. So cuttables are a really great product. They are absolutely one of my favorite. Sometimes when I just want to watch a movie and I'm not really feeling like sitting in my craft space, I'll just sit there with some cuttables and fussy cut out or trim them up so they're ready for when I do want to. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to go with something florally tonight. The weather, I won't say the weather's been beautiful because it has been a little bit rainy on and off, but it's nice warm weather and we've got flowers out and I'm digging that. I'm absolutely digging that. So that's all right. We'll start with our background. We can pick which one we want to do later. So what I'm going to do is a combination of the collage paper with the cuttables tonight. Move my drink bottle out of the way. Sorry. Oh, Denise, beautiful lady, how are you? I was actually going to ask you the other day, are you guys coming to the retreat next year? Love to see you guys again. So, if you're new and you've not used the collage papers before, and for those of you who've been around for a while, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, here we go again, the water technique. Oh, no, Karen, that's all right, darling. We've only just started. You haven't missed much at all. And thank you, Naomi, for linking to the cutables. Thank you, Claire, for popping in. Love you. Love the support. So what we're going to do is get a thin paintbrush. This one is a size 4. We want one with a nice sort of tip at the end. Collage papers, they have a lot of the beautiful, vibrant colours like this one. It's difficult to get the water to catch on top of the printed colour. So I always turn it around. But if you've got good lighting, you can see where your image is anyway. If you don't have spectacular lighting, I've previously also grabbed a pencil as well, and held it up to a window like this and traced around where I want to get my marks, and then done the water technique. So a little bit of water on your brush, and then we're just going to come across like we're painting. That wasn't a very straight line. And we're going to tear the collage paper like this. We've got 3 of them, Michelle. So that's where they all went. Hello, Mel. Thank you for joining. And hello, Minna from Finland. Welcome, lovely. You've done well to catch us. Is it late in the evening or early in the morning where you are? All right. So I'm just not really thinking too much about it. I know I want the leaves and I want to capture the colors, because one of my favorite things about the collage papers, someone like me who is not adept at color theory, um, my husband's very good at color theory actually. So he's been painting those little war miniatures and not Warhammer. He's going to kill me for saying Warhammer. It's called something else, and there's a bit of a taboo if you say the wrong thing. But he's very good at color theory, and I'm often asking him for help. I do have the color cubes, and I do pull them out from time to time, and I find them very helpful. But I don't need them as much as I used to, because these beautiful collage papers do the work for me. I already know what colors I need to use because they're here. 11 a.m. Oh, lovely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're crafting along today with some of Nat's products. Okay, so I am using my Liquitex gel medium. Nat doesn't sell this. I absolutely prefer Dina Wakley's gel medium, but I have a bit of an empty situation problem. So this is my backup. Guess what I bought in Nat's 40% off a 40-minute sale? More gel medium. I didn't even realize I was running that low either, you know. Now, Naomi's going to laugh at me because, and Nat, they all say that I use way too much gel medium when I'm doing this, but I have like a perpetual fear that things are not going to stick. I don't know why. I don't know why. Trust. I have trust issues. But I will say with the Dina Weekly, that pot lasted me a good long while. I think I've had that for, I think I ordered it last Christmas actually, so maybe nearly a year, because I find with the Liquitex and some, I go overboard with the Liquitex just because it's running. It's hard to control it coming out. But some of the other, when I first started art journaling, you know, I started with a lot of cheap brands because I didn't want to go too ham to the wall until I knew that I was really enjoying it and going to get into it. Um, they don't stick as well. And I think that's where I got my habit of having to use so much product, because you needed to use so much more to get it to work the way you wanted it to work. But with the brands like Dina Wakley, you do not have to do that. Oh, thank you, Naomi. She's linking in dream for me. Gosh, I love these colours. Love them, love them. So tell me, I know a few of you that did definitely get in on the sale. Did anybody else get some bargains? I would love to know what you bought. I'd love to know, other than Michelle, who stole the journals from me. I think Naomi wanted them too, didn't you, Naomi? All right, I'm going to pull some colours out now. And what I'm going to do is lay them around my collage paper to see how well they match. What I do adore about Dina Wakley's paint range are how well they do match the collage papers. In saying that, I do sometimes mix, because so purple is a problem for me. because the purples in Dina's range are these three. Well, fuchsia, I suppose, is kind of purple. Blackberry, fuchsia, and iris. But then if you have a look at royal, I'm hoping you can see this okay. Royal, it's just that slightly different kind of purple. So I do have both sets. And I'm not saying these are the only two paint sets there are. They're my two main paint sets, I should say. And I have recently started collecting the paper artsy paints as well because I really do like them. But I like this purple, I think, and I want some sort of hot pink going on in there. So it's either going to be, is it a raspberry? How are we liking raspberry? Or is it a ballet? Oh, I think ballet might win this one too. There we go. Got a nice mix tonight. Normally I'm mostly Dina. Mel is a serial overuser of gel medium too. Oh, thank you, lovely. That makes me feel better. I'm not alone. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us. Okay, it's decently dry there. So originally I was going to use scribble sticks tonight because this pages in this particular journal are like that watercolor, so they're going to be fabulous for our magicals and our scribble sticks and the like. I'm just going to go directly onto the page. Oh, you missed the sale, Mel. Oh, work. How rude. How rude when work gets in the way of our passions and our loves. That happens to me with all of Nat's lives because she always does them in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, my boss for some reason loves afternoon meetings. I'm trying to put a stop to that, but Sharon got another Dina Weekly Journal, Pate's collage paper. Oh, Alison Bomber. I can't remember what else. Look, I went through that cart after the announcement was made several times because I couldn't decide. And I kept adjusting the list and adding things and taking things off. Do I really need that? Can I afford to spend that much? The color I just used was Sky, and now I want to get a darker color. I think I'm going to go. Oh, I'm going to have to go a bit of sapphire. Bit of sapphire, pop them out of the way. So instead of going directly onto the journal this time, because I don't want such a big area covered, I'm just going to pop a little bit of blue off onto my glass mat. Look at what you all bought. Oh, you bought glasses too, Kate. Great. That's a good idea. It was it was a frenzy. Did anybody else feel like super pressured? like 40 minutes is a long time, right? But I for some reason just went, I gotta get in there and had a little panic meltdown. I really and I think if we all did what I did, we would have all been fighting each other in the first 10 minutes to get on there. And then it probably was quiet for the last 20 minutes of the sale. Oh, how funny. How funny. The journal is fabulous for Lindy's. Yeah, well, that's why I wanted another one. I wanted one specifically for my magicals, but I'm just going to have to pay full price now, aren't I? Oh, well, that's okay. I know that, oh, look, I'm painting the edges. That's all right. I know that Naomi has been using it for her magicals, and I still, to this day, call her the magical queen. So I'm just going to bring some of this blue up. Now it's going to look a little bit shabby when I first do it, but that's okay because we're going to come in and do some coverage. All right, I'm going to clean my brush now. Oh no, Emma. Oh, the time difference. Yep. Even today when I was doing my post for my live, took me not forever, but it took me a hot minute to work out if it's 8 o'clock my time, what time is it down there? And I had to Google it. I'm not very good with stuff like that. Forgot about the difference. Oh, you're in Queensland, so you're an hour behind me even. So yeah, that would have been tricky to work out. You had everything in your cart early, Wendy, and just hit checkout. Well done, you. Clever. I attempted to do that, but I'm fickle, right? And I kept changing my mind. Okay, so I just went in with dark sapphire. Now I'm going to go in with carnation. 7:32 impressed by. Clever. I was on right on the start, but yeah, just panic. Panic, panic. Or I just think there were fingers out there faster than mine that just clicked by. Like I said, I know she's going to get more in, so I'm not stressed. It was just, 40% off was significant. And how wonderful that that's been around supporting, building, and empowering this community for 18 years. Like that's a well-deserved achievement. She absolutely is an empowering woman. All right, I'm hoping that you can see this color. Carnation is a very beautiful soft pink. I'm wondering how that's coming up on the screen. I'm on a delay and haven't caught up yet, but I'm hoping that's come across. I'm going to bring it down on top of the collage paper too. Now you can see I've just gone over some of these little interest pieces on the collage paper. Then I just use my finger to wipe it away, so it doesn't look like I just covered them. And then I don't have to stress about being too precise. And I'll just fix up that corner a bit. Okay, so I'm going to come in with a slightly darker color now, and I think it's going to be, is it going to be blushing? No, blushing is too pink. Um, oh, I know what color it's going to be. It's going to be taffy. Michelle, yeah, I think you've told me that before to set up the world time. I'm like, I really, really should do that, especially with how often I have to post on that page. I should be aware of what time it is down there. I did wonder that, Susan, because it's is when daylight saving changed that I panic and I'm like, is it still half an hour? Is it an hour? And I panic. But Susan knows very well that nuts is not my favoriteest thing in the world or my strongest thing. Oh, Karen, I got new Lindy's as well. I have been coveting Naomi's Under the Sea set. And when I think it was a couple of months ago, Nat had a Lindy sale. It's like, yes, I'm going to get the Under the Sea set. And guess what I did? I procrastinated because I think it was that sale was over a couple of days. I procrastinated. And when I went to go and buy it, guess what? You girls beat me to it. Oh, I missed out. But that's all right because I got it on this sale. So she got more back in. Fix that up a bit. All right, so that was taffy. So it just made that pink a bit deeper. You can still see the highlights of carnation coming through. I'm now going along to use cheddar, which is a orange yellow blend. I really do like this one. And we're going to start pulling some of the colors out of this side. And don't stress, Karen, I'm not sure if you made it to hear that I am going to show you how to use cuttables on this page, darling. That's my whole purpose tonight, just for you, love. So thank you for commenting. Just going to bring a bit more up here just to start tying it all in. Drop that down here like that. Okay, I'm going to just try and finish this off because it's already on my palette. I do have tags always in front of me, always, because I don't like to waste any paint. So if I do accidentally splotch too much out on my palette, I can quickly grab a tag and make a start of a quick background. Um, we can see it. Oh, great, Wendy, thank you. Really not that smart. Look, we just get busy, Mel. I think it's not about being smart or not. It's just we're very busy people. All right. We've got a sort of dusky blue there. What am I going to go with that? I don't think I like any of those colours. So when there's a colour like this that I can't quite match or I'm not vibing, I'm going to show you what I do. I get a different colour, so I'm going to go peacock. Peacock. I can read. It says ocean. And I'm actually just going to go over the collage paper in that space and change the colour to what I want it to be. There we go. A bit more down here. A bit of orange there too. Already cleaned my palette. So tell me, ladies, or that was very rude. Tell me, everyone online, is anyone crafting along with me tonight? I'd love to know what you're making, what you're working with, what you're playing with. My darling husband, just before the live, I went and dropped him off. He's out tonight at it's a black tie charity event. So he's going representing his place at his workplace. So he's going with his boss and a couple of colleagues. But it's like it's black tie. And he sort of came home and he had a little panic. He's like, I don't own any black anything that I can wear. So I'm going to go into raspberry. So I'm going to clean my brush off because if I use the ocean that's already on it, I'm going to make purple. Yeah, so we had to go and hire rent a black tie suit, and I put him in, and I'm putting the bow tie on him, and he says to me, "I think this is the first time I've ever worn a bow tie in my life," and I think it might be. So occasionally, your paints might get clogged. I've got this fancy little tool here that Nat sells. It's called, I think it's called the Picker. Naomi might be able to help me out there if she's still about. But it's fantastic. So I use it for when I'm doing my own bookbinding journals to poke my holes through my signatures. I use it for unclogging paint as well. I actually use it quite a bit. My Dina Weekly paints do not do this often. And because I store all of my paints in Nat May's, oh, don't look at the dust. Oh, that's embarrassing. In Nat May's paint holder, and I'm hoping you can see her name on the side there. By storing them upside down, it keeps the paint in the top little spouty bit so it doesn't dry up and get clogged. But I do find sometimes if it's been a bit muggy or particularly hot, and I guess it's mostly due to where my craft space is in my house. There's no airflow in here and it does get a bit stuffy. I've actually just bought myself a little, I don't know if you can see that, a little fan, because last year I remember being in here crafting and I was just sweating. So I needed something this year. Let's go in here. Karen's probably thinking, come on, Tegan, get to the point. Where are the cuttables? What I'm going to do now is bring some of this beautiful raspberry pink up a bit. So I'm just going to dab in here just to connect some of that bottom part in with the top part. Just a little bit, not too much. Beautiful. I think that's looking pretty good considering it's the ugly stage. This week has been one of those weeks. Oh, Mel. Yeah, it has been, hasn't it? It's actually I've just been on a fabulous holiday that's been 5 years in the making. I've had some health issues that I've shared before. Just haven't been able to go away. So we went to New Zealand, and this week was back to reality, back to work. And while I was away, everything at my work changed. We've got a new boss, and all sorts of stuff went down. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster week for me too, actually. Leanne, you're not that late to the party, darling. We're here rocking on for a little bit. Welcome, welcome. A good distraction this week. Yeah, sometimes we need it, hey? That's what I love. I love watching Naomi's live and Claire and the other girls. And, well, I always miss Nat's lives, but I go back and watch the replays. It is a nice distraction, isn't it? Okay, just watching. That tool is great. Yeah, it is great, Wendy, isn't it? It's and very versatile. Except she's talking about the picker tool. I stupidly store it in my I keep my some of my tools and paints in this rotating, I think it's a bathroom caddy from Kmart. Oh, I store it upright, and the amount of time I have stabbed my finger on it, you think I would have learnt by now, but I still put it in the wrong way up. Okay, stencil time. Hello, Terry. Oh, so great for joining. Thank you kindly, my friend. And Caroline is here. Hello, lovely. How's birthing those babies going for you? And your kids are off on adventures, I've seen. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to grab my white gesso, and I think I might need to send a letter to Dina and let her know she should start paying me because I really do love the products. So I can honestly tell you this one was not endorsed by Dina, but definitely by Natalie May Scrapbooking. Best place to buy your Dina supplies. Okay, so I'm going to use gesso for this. White paint, I find, even if it is an opaque kind, it's just not white enough for me, and I have to go over it too many times to get a really nice white. So generally when I'm stenciling with white, well, any kind of white use actually, I tend to go the white gesso. So what I've got here is just a makeup sponge. You can buy Art by Marlene ones, but I am rough with my sponges, so I've just got cheapies from Kmart. Um, put a bit of my product down on my palette, and I'm hoping you can see that. Yes, you can. I've done some rearranging with my workspace just for you guys. Um, I wonder if anyone's noticed, I've got better lighting. I've got three lamps now because I was getting lots of horrible shadows and My camera position wasn't very good. It was too close, not close enough. So I did a bit of work for you ladies recently and got a hopefully better setup. Alrighty, I'm using this stencil called Branching Out. I love this stencil because of the different sizes. So I've got a shorter one there, and now I'm going to put a slightly taller one next to it. Oh, Karen, that's clever. That is that is a very clever idea. I might have to do that. God knows I got plenty of cheapy sponges. So, when you're using a sponge to apply any kind of paint or gesso, whatever you're using, you can see that I put my dab in the middle, but now I'm picking up the paint, but then I'm dabbing it off. If you've got too much paint or medium on your sponge, it will bleed underneath the stencil. So you can see in the very top one up here, it did bleed out a little bit under it. I'm not too fussed. It's not a massive disaster if it does. Um, but to lessen the chance of it happening drastically, I think Naomi calls it pouncing off the sponge. I just dab it off like that. Come over here. Naomi's working on Christmas cards. I missed that comment, Naomi. Oh, Susan been crafting most of the day, catching up on Claire's October class this morning. Oh, yes. I've actually, I don't want to tell you how many classes I've got to catch up on. There's too many. It's too many. Oh, drop the sponge. Don't dob me in, okay? Like we said before, life, right? We get too busy. Did she? Nat used this stencil today. Excellent. It's one of my faves. I really, really, really do love it. But I'm not going to go overboard because I don't want to cover all of my beautiful collage paper there. And I'm very well aware that I'm going to stick a focal piece of cuttable on the top. But now I want some things up here. So there's a specific stencil I'm looking for. I think it's called watercolor leaves. So let's see if I can find it. Yes, I think it's this one. Excellent. Okay. And what I want to do, I'm not going to be brave enough to bring a green into this. There is green in here. I've always found that green and pink actually go really well together. So on top of the gesso I've already got out, I'm just going to pop a little bit, oh, that spilt, a little bit of, it's got to be one of my top 5 colours of Dina's, and it is lime. Easily my top 5. Now I'm going to flip my journal upside down so I can have a little bit more control. Now, I don't want to fill this up too much. I don't want it to be too busy, too messy, and I don't want all of the leaves. And now that I've said that, I think there's another stencil I'm thinking of. Yes, there is. This is not the one. Come on, Tegan, get it together. It's this one I was thinking of because I don't want the stems. I just want a couple of random leaves. And I'm going to start with a lighter green and just maybe do a couple of bigger ones. Now, here's where sometimes using the sponges is not as precise as using like these things. They have a name too. I must be really tired. What are they called? Blending something? Oh goodness. Um, wow, there we go. Just a little dab, and I think some of the black from the last time I used this stencil came off. But again, go with flow. Doesn't matter. I like that one. Thanks, Naomi, but I changed the stencil. Sorry, love. That was me. All right, I'm picking up black from somewhere. I'm not sure whether it's from my stencil or the sponge. That's okay. We can adapt and overcome, right? And I think I just want another little one over here. So I'm just being a little bit more careful because it's not, oh, that was too much paint again. See if this bled out. Pounce it off. Yeah, a little bit too much. I had a point that I was saying something there, sorry. Yeah, so when I'm trying to do something a bit more precise in my stenciling, I just sort of squeeze the sponge or I hold it on its side like this to try and avoid hitting the stencily bits around it. But again, I'm building a background here, so we're not about precision right now. I'm just going to get a slightly darker green in my beautiful Dina Evergreen. Thank you, Michelle. Is it still available though? Because some of those are still available to buy. I'm going to mark them in my book better. All right, couple of darker leaves now, just so we've got a nice little contrast and not drastically contrast, like just slightly. We haven't gone, from a pink to a black here, just a lime green to a slightly darker lime green, just to give a little bit of interest. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I think I'll just pop one over here on top of the blue. There we go. Love it. That's pretty good. Yep, you know what? It's even said here, Claire class, April 2024. But did you know that all of the classes are available for this year? You can go back and do them. That actually had a post earlier today about that. So if you weren't able to sign up at the start of the year, it is not too late. All of them get filmed and you can absolutely go back and do them right now. Alrighty. I think I want some lettering. It's not a Tegan page unless there's some kind of words or lettering on it. So we'll go back to the trusty journal. Actually, no. Let's get a different stencil out. I'm going to pull out my Dina book and I'm going to use Dina's new, well, I don't know how new it is now, a couple of months ago, the new stencil. And it is called something. It'll be on the back here. It is called oh, Feel Your Magic. Feel Your Magic. All right. So can anybody else believe that it is November? Like, I have my funky fossil calendar in front of me and it still says October. I really, really need to change that because, we're nearly halfway through November, but the year has just flown by. I'm not sure if it's just me. Does anybody else feel that way? We have just lost days, weeks, months, and now the year is nearly over, and I am woefully unprepared for Christmas in regards to planning for my family. But what I am not woefully prepared for is craft. I have been making Christmas craft aplenty recently, and it's making me very happy. Cards and explosion boxes and a beautiful gift card that Naomi taught me how to make. All about it. I'm all about Christmas, but I do have a Christmas decoration dilemma. Recently this year, we did a bit of a house rearranging with where all our furniture is. And then when I thought about it the other day, I have moved and changed where all of my Christmas stuff normally goes. And now I'm not quite sure where my beautiful Christmas village is going to sit and live for the season. So I need to think about that and need to find a plan. I think what I'm going to have to do, much to my dismay, is pack up my bookshelves for the year. It's only a month. I can live without looking at my books for a month, can't I? Maybe. What I'll do is I'll take a pile into my bedside table. So I've still got them somewhere. Da-da-da. The year has gone so fast. Slowly buying the classes now. Yep. Oh, the June to the cover. Yeah, great, Kate. They're so worth it. Both Nat and Claire are just remarkable teachers. I always struggle to keep up with them. And especially when I was joining the live recording of the sessions, I always struggled to keep up. But don't stress because it's not about keeping up with them, it's about learning from them. And I have learnt so much from both those wonderful ladies. What am I looking for? Where my stencil folder is. Pop that back away. Not going to clean it. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Got a bit of purple just sitting there, but that's okay. And now what I think I'm going to do, just for you, Karen, we're going to bring over some cuttables. So let's have a look and see what I like here. These are very pretty flowers. I think I want a pot plant though. Been a little bit obsessed with plants of late, or we can also use a complementary image. So these are the similar leaves. So maybe, how do I feel? No, I don't think I like that. I think I want a pot. I think I want a pot, and I think I know which pot I want. So get my scissors. I'm going to cut around this one at the top here. I'm just going to eyeball it with my new fabulous lighting setup. The daylight lamps, I know they're a bit pricey, but my husband was laughing at me when we set it up the other day because I sat down. Before this, I'd only had one little light from coming from my left, and it wasn't a daylight lamp. It was kind of a yellowy lamp, and that's why I was having problems with doing my lives and things and taking photos. They always looked kind of crummy. But when we turned on these two daylight lamps, I nearly cried with how well I could see what I was doing in front of me. It was an illuminating moment, pun absolutely intended. It was just magic. I was very, very happy. Okay, so that's where I'm going to pop it. But the problem I've got now is I've got a very bright background and a very bright focal piece, and I don't really love that. So what we're going to do is do a whitewash. I'm going to, that's my better judgment. I'm going to wipe away purple because I need to make a whitewash now. Because what I want to do, as beautiful as this obviously is, I just want to push it back a little bit because I want this to be the standout focal piece. So for this, I won't use a gesso. I will use just a white paint. I'm using Lace here from Art by Marlene. And what I should have done is got clean water, which I didn't. So I'll grab my spray bottle instead. And I'm just going to add some water to the paint. That may have been too much. No, it should be okay. Yeah, no, it was probably too much. What you want here is not thick, not thickness. I am just going to add a little bit more white, just a dab. You want a really liquidy, runny consistency, and I'm just going to paint over the entire page with a whitewash. It's not going to hide anything. I'm not losing my detail or the work that I just put in. What it's going to do is force this into the background. So when I do put my focal piece on, the focal piece stands out a little bit more, just like that. So you can see I've not lost anything by doing this. It's just giving me that, oh, beautiful, as if it's further away from me than the focal piece is going to be. So again, like I did with the other page with the bushwalk animals, I'll just pull that out for those who missed that at the start. So these are also cuttables that I used. Instead of using a whitewash to push the background back, I used foam dots to stick up my focal pieces so they're higher than the page, and I used some shadowing to make them look like they've got that depth. This is another technique to do that with a whitewash. And whoops, without banging you guys and my camera, I'm just going to give this a quick dry. So I also want to do some stamping too. If I had done the whitewash after my stamping, it would have dulled the black, and I do want the contrast of the black. Now, I'm hoping you can see and that the camera's been able to pick up the difference between before and after the whitewash. It is subtle. It is subtle, but subtle is what we were looking for. I didn't want, oh, excuse me, I've got a mozzie bite or something there. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with Nat's hand-drawn leaves. I'll be the bad ambassador tonight, Amy. I don't know if these are in stock. If you could have a quick check for me, darling, if you're still hanging about. I also didn't exactly know what I was doing to know what I was going to be using, so there was that too. Oh, good night, Michelle. Lovely. Thank you for joining us for a little while. Hope your I hope your weekend and next week perks up for you. So I don't want the big ones. We've got a lot of leaves on here already, and I don't want to detract from that. I just want to get a few little pops in some of these stencil gaps. See if I can do it without hitting the other page. Ooh, kind of just. That's just my dog crashing into the window. Don't mind that. Hopefully you didn't hear it. And I'm also using this stamp to edge and border a little bit as well. Come down into there. Because we know the focal piece, I think, is going to come up here. So I'll just put one on that side. I think I'll pop just a couple down here. So I've used these stamps to add a bit more interest, but also to frame the page a little bit as well. Tegan, you just wipe that with your paint. Well done. Well done. Nope, out of stock. Yeah. I'm only ever going to grab the things that are out of stock, aren't I? I can never grab something that's in stock. Surely the mixed media marks are in stock, right? That's my next grab. So Nat has created two of my most used, most loved stamp sets since Claire's release of her Dotty stamp. These used to hold the title. No more. Sorry, Claire. Sorry, Funky Fossil. These now hold that title. I use these, I think, pretty much in every single page now. At least one of them. Of the two, I think this one is my favorite. I really do. I know Naomi loves this one, the circly one. I love this one because I love my grunge, right? I love my grungy lines. And this is such a beautiful, pretty, delicate page. It just, for me, I just need to add just a tiny hint of heavy. So I'm going to add my tiny bit of grungy heavy with this stamp. And I'm going to stamp once and then off stamp. So layer in the mixed media mark making like that just makes it a little bit more interesting. Now I'm going to have an even number on the page. That was silly of me. I'm thinking too much about talking and not enough about placement. But again, some of this is going to be covered and that's not a big deal. I think I'm just going to go off the corner now. Yeah, just like that. You absolutely could. Good call, Susan. Good call, Susan. Oh, where is that stamp? There it is. Right in front of me. You absolutely could. See the leaves in. Let's do it. These are quite cute, these little ones. This stamp set is called There's Power in Petals. It is one of the newest stamp sets and it is lovely. So let's bring a couple of them in. I actually think I'm about to cover that one, but that's all right. Coming off the foliage piece. No. Yeah, there. There you go. Good call, Susan. Thank you, darling. See, it takes a community. It's not about one person, it's about a community. All right. I also think I would like a little bit of script and oops, just collapsing my stamp collection here. I'm going to use Live by Choice, and that's got three really great script stamp sets. The first one is The Won't Let You Down. That's classic. It's like a beautiful typewriter, newspaper type print. I use that one a lot. But what I love about these is she's got this beautiful, gentle, handwritten, pretty script, and then some more grunge, all mixed in together. I think for this page, I want the pretty. Naomi laughed at me when she went, look at you getting your girl on, because I was using the bushwalk collage papers. Okay, down there, and I think I just want some going over there. So I'm not adding too much here. But now that I've done the whitewash and now I've got some black stamping, you can see how the combination of a whitewash and the black stamping has pushed the collage paper, the colours, and all those little things into the background further. So now when I lay this on top, she suddenly stands out a lot more, yeah? I'm busy fussy cutting a multitude of flowers from the stamp set of Matt's class today. What was she thinking? I I am not a fussy cutter lover. It's not my favorite thing to do. It is just not my favorite thing to do. Okay, let's enhance this a bit. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm really happy with how I've pushed that all into the background and how it stands up, but I think I still like it to elevate a little bit more. So I'm going to grab, and I don't think that's a big enough piece. No, it's not. I'm going to grab some cheesecloth. Now, bear with me because I actually don't know where I put my cheesecloth. Or if you don't have cheesecloth, you can use, um, actually, Hessian. I think I've got a roll of Hessian right here. Uh, yes, I do. I try and have things within arm reach for life, but when you're not planned and you don't actually know what you're doing, and then you're like, oh, I want that one thing. It's on the other side of the room. Do I want to use the Hessian? It's not as wide as I would like it to be. Oh, look, and I had two there already open. Just open another one. Oh, found my cheesecloth. So yeah, Hessian cheesecloth. Um, there's a great tape that you can get. It's like a texture sort of tape from Bunnings. Naomi got me onto that. She might be, I think it's like a plasterer's tape. Cheesecloth from, your local $2 shop. I don't buy expensive cheesecloth because I'm not using it for its intended purpose. I'm going to cover it in paint and glue. Yes, I've seen that class, Susan. Yes, yes, it is. Okay. So cheesecloth is good because you can do quite a few things with it. I often um, chuck it in my magicals and change its color. You can, and let me show you on this little piece. I think this came from my Halloween ATCs. You can also like rip it and it makes really good spiderweb effects or just grungy effects in general. You can paint it, you can cut it, you can layer it, and then you can sort of bunch it up. So I think for this one, I don't want to go too heavy-handed with it. Gauze. That's a good idea, Sharon. Gauze. Looks like gauze too, doesn't it? I'm going to double it over. And I'm just going to, I don't want it to be flat on my page because I'm trying to build dimension and depth. So I'm going to fold it in an irregular way and pop it down like that. If I was making a tag or an ATC or something like that, I would absolutely use my tiny attacher stapler. But because I'm on a journal page, I don't want to be dealing with staples on the other side. Yeah, that's okay, Sharon. I know exactly what you meant. Nat sells cheesecloth and Hessian. She certainly does. I ran out of her cheesecloth. I don't have any of her Hessian left. They all went on. Do you remember the Australian animal release? They all went on those last Christmas. So I've just got a bit of sewing thread in a colour that's predominant in my background, and I'm also going to pop that underneath my cuttable like this and just spread her out a bit to give a little bit more depth. Now we have to glue her on. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not ready for that yet. I want to do one more thing. One more thing. I'll just move my journal out of the way. I just want to give this a border as well. So in your first sense, yeah, I love that. That's clever. But yes, Nat does sell these products. Thank you, Naomi. I'm going to get my black Posca pen, and I apologize if my head gets in the way. I'm just going to draw slightly off it onto my messy mat because I just want to give it a black border and see where I missed. I'm going to have to go over. I was too careful. So I just am working it so some of the nib of the paint pen goes over. And then, of course, if I don't want to get black everywhere, I'm going to have to wipe that down. As you can tell from the rest of my mat, I don't do a lot of cleaning. I just think there's too much cleaning in the rest of my life for there to be so much in my hobby as well. There are certain things you absolutely need to clean up straight away, like this black paint right now, because I don't want to get it on the journal I'm about to pop back down. And that's probably why I couldn't work out, oh, where's that black coming from? Yeah, because you didn't clean your mat, Tegan. That would be why. So one of the things I love about art journaling and mixed media creation, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Um, you can control your mediums to a certain point, but at some point they're going to take a life of their own. Like I've always covered in paint, right? And sometimes I'll touch the page and get purple from a tag I just made or a different color. I lean into it, I go with the flow. Um, it was difficult at first for me to do that because I live in a world of perfection in my job, um, in regards to details and clarity and, you know, processes. A, B gets you to C, D kind of stuff. So one of the things I love about this medium and putting things like this together, just let go, see what happens, experiment. So I'm just dabbing a bit of glue on. I don't want to add too much because I'm going to stick my cuttable on here in a moment. Ah, if it gets off my finger, and it's going to help to squeeze it down. Now you watch, Naomi's going to laugh at how much glue I'm going to put on this, but I am actually purposefully putting so much glue because I'm not sticking directly onto the page. I've got to get through a doubled layer of cheesecloth. The string I'm not too worried about. So I am just giving it, I would not normally use that much glue to stick a cuttable down in a journal page, but it does have to squeeze through. So I do just want to give it a tad more, and I'm going to press it and hold it for a little bit longer. So that's going to give it a chance to squeeze through the cheesecloth holes and grab purchase on the other side of the journal page. So I'll just squeeze, I'll give it a little bit of a massage. Look at that. I don't even get massages like that. It just doesn't really matter, as Claire would say. Exactly, Susan. Exactly. And it's not what you want from your hobbies, right? The things that you do for your mindfulness, for your calm, for your self-expression, there's no room for perfection in that space, right? No room whatsoever. There's one thing we're missing now, my lovelies, and that is a quote. So we're going to go back to these cuttables. And my lovely Karen, I'm not sure if you're still around, but I hope I've shown you a new way. Oh, a new way to use cuttable in your journals. I love that quote. There's magic in the way she blooms, quietly, fiercely, endlessly. I need a girl page for that. Like this one. Bloom loud, bloom messy, bloom always. Let's go with that one because I was just talking about being messy and not perfect. So that quote feels apt for the moment, doesn't it? And that's what I do often do when I'm picking my quotes. How do I feel right now? Am I in a snarky, sarcastic mood? Am I cranky? I've just gotten off the phone with someone I didn't want to talk to. Have I had an average day at work or an unhappy day at work? Let it out. Other times, I go with what I think he's pretty, or I like the look of, or I just think he's cool. And other times, I'm practicing. I'm trying to be brave and draw faces more. You probably would have, if you were here at the start, I did a flip through of my ledger journal. It's got a few of my, I'm calling them my brave faces. Brave faces. Okay, I love this quote. I am going to cut it up though, just again, so I can lay it on the page with a little bit of interest. And when people are looking at it, it's going to help draw their eye through the page to be able to take in all of the details of the page. Okay, I'll believe you this. Oh, sorry, Naomi. I've been blubbering on a bit. I'm not quite sure what you mean. All right, bloom loud, my beautiful community. You're also going to bloom messy, which I do. Oh, I think you're talking about the glue, aren't you, Naomi? And now she's watching me put probably still way too much glue for her on the back of this quote. Oh, Karen, I'm glad you're still here, darling. I hope you got something out of this tonight, sweetheart. Okay. Now, because I do put so much glue on, it tends to leak out a bit. So I just use my towel to do a dab. Not that it matters. This sticky glue, by Marlene, my go-to glue, it dries clear, so it's not a big deal. But it, sometimes you can see it. The last thing I'm going to do before I leave you all for this beautiful evening is I'm going to grab my Lightest Colour Fine Line White pen, give it a good shake. We're always on the hunt, aren't we, for a fabulous white paint pen? Always. I'm just doing very uncareful lines around my quote boxes, like this. And I don't know that I want to actually frame the whole page. I, I, I'm thinking out loud. Sorry, ladies. I don't think I want to frame the whole page. I think I want to just give it a quarter border. So I'm just going to do an L shape and then a slightly smaller L shape on the inside of it. And it's not very big and it's quite subtle. And I'm going to do the same up here. Just like that. Oh, make that one a bit longer. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So it's nice and subtle. You probably can't really even see that bottom one. But because we've sort of got this diagonal, I'm just going to frame the opposite diagonal. And I think for me, it looks like it's going to help bring all of that through your eye a little bit easier. And I think I've said about 3 times this is the last thing I'm going to do. There is never a last thing. Sometimes I have to rein myself back. Don't overdo it, Tegan. I've got this little tip from Claire. I use the big chunky 15mm white Posca pen to get white paint for hex stamps or dots like I'm about to use, just because it's easier than pulling some paint out. Although, nice and subtle, just a little pop on the side. And I think that is absolutely going to do my page. I'm done. Don't overcook it. Don't overthink it. I'll bring it up a bit closer. So just a really different kind of way to build a gorgeous, vibrant background. So we built it up starting with a collage paper from Natalie May Scrapbooking. Then I used the colours in the background of the collage paper to bring out to the entire page. I did a bit of stenciling, including the branching out stencil, which is a hot favourite popular one. Then we created a whitewash with a bit of white paint and some water to push it all into the background, added further contrast with our black stamping, and then of course our focal piece on top. Thank you so much everyone for joining me. Cannot wait to see what you all do with all the wonderful, fabulous things you got on special the other day. And those who missed out, I know she's not doing a Black Friday sale, but it is Nat, and she never fails to impress with her special little flash deals and offers. So just stay tuned to the page, guys, so you don't miss out on hopefully the next one. I am going to work really hard over the next couple of weeks to try and lock me and Naomi in for a time we're both free to try and get us into a joint live situation, maybe a nice little Christmas special or something. But if anyone does have any ideas of what they would like Naomi and I to do together, just pop a chat post in the community creative or just reach out to me or Naomi through Toki Creations or Gold Moon Creates, and we'll come up with something really fun for you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you liked it. Hope you learnt something. And if not, I just really appreciate you joining me tonight and having a crafty play. See you next time.